Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamak. This is Let's Play Oxygen Not Included. I could be working on editing new episodes, but honestly I'm having so much fun with everything else that it just isn't happening. I really should edit more episodes though. We clearly have a little bit of a problem where we're supposed to be routing oxygen to the top of the world so it can fill in these Atmos suits and we can start digging our way to the top, but so much of it is diverted along the way. We might need to do... What we actually might need to do here is alter our setup just a little bit. Rather than having multiple 2-path branches along the way, install a bunch of 3-path branches. Well, it means that less of the oxygen is actually going to make it all the way. I mean, less oxygen is sent towards them at each branch. It does have the advantage of, I feel like several more half chances have lower odds than fewer 3 chances. Still, things are working out down here now that all the oxygen is flowing upwards, I'd say. We've also been working on this, and a thought occurred to me along the way. We can use this to set up a power system, no problem. We can build a hydrogen generator and a steam turbine, and that'll start powering up the system, no sweat. The problem is that a lot of this isn't actually hand designed to have these sort of power demands. So I think what we have to do is we're going to have to start using power transformers. It would be nice if we could do so in a more temperaturally controlled environment, but you can't have everything you want in life. We're definitely going to start venting all of that hot hydrogen into this anti-entropy thermonullifier. But that's more for sending out the excess. And Ellie's having a bad day. Only sufficient morale, though. It's all the carbon dioxide buildup. We really shouldn't have tried to get into the carbon dioxide geyser while it was still active. We'll just have to wait for the dormancy to kick in, which is something we're also going to do for the nat gas geyser. Well, one thing that did go well, we cleared out a large deal of the slime biome without getting anyone infected, thanks to all these buddy bud plants. We now have the start of a fancy new bedroom system, and it's not going to house everyone in the colony. It's definitely giving us a bit more room to move. We can replace this with a medical bedroom eventually. But we might also want to expand our piping just a little bit. Right, we need to make sure that we build our tiles here so that we aren't cutting somewhere off. And the thing that I was going to do was incubate the Drecklet egg that fell in the lake. It's still fine. Drecklet eggs take forever to hatch. We have actually been doing this for a long time. We're up to episode 58 now. Yeah. But it also involves a lot of low action scenes. I feel like this is the sort of thing, but I will say this. I think this is actually what I was thinking of way back when I started doing a Let's Plays to play games more professionally. Oh man, how long has it been since we've ever considered our Let's Play of, what was it? Trails in the Sky. That was it. We still haven't gone back to do that one, simply because I missed a chest. So yeah, even though it's a full production of oxygen, a lot of it is missing, so... yeah, let's just extend it. We have 12 duplicates, and even though one of them has great... we've established one of them is actually that way because he's... one of our duplicates, we saved Scum to get the deep dive his lungs on, so he's fine. Yeah, the system is designed to run non-stop for both gas pumps, so we might as well utilize the extra amount of utilize the extra pump to start filling up these extra Atmos suits as well. Of course, the thing is, we have a lot of small projects in mind. It struck me that we shouldn't be focusing on things like getting to space or completing rocketry. The big thing I need to focus on, I need to clear out a massive area and start building a proper devoted industrial sector, because this is not sustainable. This is just here to make things more useful. This whole setup here was simply to buy time to get a little bit extra steel production along the way. I need to look about. I need to pick out somewhere that isn't too close to one of the volcanoes, because we don't know how likely we are to use one of those more productively, but I need to just clear out a massive area and turn it into an industrial block. It's tempting to build it at the top of the world, and this is actually where I've often put my self-powered oxygen maker. But there's a catch with that, and this area is actually super cold. Polluted ice, even carbon dioxide liquefies at this temperature. We don't necessarily want to deal with it. The thing is with the industrial block is that it needs to be self-cooling. And that's very hard to do when your coolant turns into blocks of ice. So I need to keep looking about and decide where I can carve away a huge chunk of the land. We can use the Buddy Bud trick to deal with any slime lungs, so we don't have to worry about what sort of biomes we're carving apart out of. We just need to keep it in mind, and it'll probably be what I deal with between episodes. I'll start putting the plans in place for that. I'm somewhat tempted to put it near this nat gas geyser, because one trick is to actually run the nat gas through pipes through your coolant tank, and that will help manage the heat in other parts of the base. Like, if you get the nat gas cool enough, You could actually pump it straight into an oven or stove in this. They're gas ranges, right? And use that as another way to cool down the base. Suit sustainability. Is there a way I can tell? You're right, mouse over. You don't have any athletics. It isn't safe to let you into the oil biome part of the base. Ooh, we have a lot of sleet wheat over here. And sadly, we've lost a lot of sleet wheat up here. Ooh, in fact that sleet wheat might very well vanish forever because the brine ice is going to melt. But you can't save everything. The thing is, this is building up to a very strong stockpile of carbon dioxide. The moment we open it up, it's going to flood the base. I mean, heck, we already have a little bit of build-up. Liam needs to take art fundamentals. That's just not optional anymore. I might also actually want to dig out to here and deconstruct this so I can get at a reed fiber, but I might also just want to start growing reed fiber. Ooh yeah, research. We could have some plug slug eggs. Who else could we have? Stinky Marie Travoldo. The thing that I'm beginning to think that I need to focus for, I need to keep an eye out for a duplicate with diver's lungs, then save scum them through the neural facilitator until they get deep diver's lungs on top of that. A quarter of oxygen intake would actually be very handy, because then I can have a less well-sustained rocket sent to space and back again. Oh, we can also install a compost here. Start getting to work on filtering out all the polluted dirt into less polluted dirt. Yeah, you can tell there's a difference between the atmosphere in those two locations. I might very well need it to start working in this area. It's going to be extremely radioactive, very unpleasant time. but I feel like I need to start getting a renewable source of red bolt research because this just isn't sustainable. Also need to look into getting this Spacefarer module up and running. I've been looking about for proper designs for a scout rocket, and it's just really hard to find something good and viable because they always tend to say, okay, this is perfectly livable as long as you have absolutely no care for as long as you install all these cargo bays to provide the inside with nice oxygen or other things like that, and it's just a bit of a problem really. We don't need the sublimination station anymore because we have vented oxygen. Speaking of which, really should be making a bit more room around here. I believe he should be fine. 2 eggs shouldn't make him feel cramped. A 3rd egg might though, but by that point we'll probably have set up a more dedicated little habitat for the plug slugs. Ooh, that looks new. Onward. All Artemis. So I'll have to figure out what I want to fill that place up with sooner or later. I also need to think of how I want to tackle my oil production. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oil reservoirs. That's a lot more than normally on Spaced Out. I have to wonder if after the launch they decided to increase the spawn rate for oil reservoirs because I've actually had planets where I have less than 3 oil reservoirs and it is a miserable time. We are going to have to start pumping in some steam, and here's the... well, no, we're going to have to start pumping in some renewable water. Not these these heavily insulated pipes with from the bathroom. No, we need a sustainable 10 kilograms per second of water. That's going to be tricky. Did I have a special plan in mind for you? I think I did. I don't remember. It's been a day. So one trick for this little box of oxygen, it might actually be worth building an interior a canister emptier in here and setting it for oxygen, it'll absolutely overload the interior of this place with oxygen, and that isn't nice. It'll give whoever we send in ruptured eardrums for their entire stay. But it does have the advantage of allowing us to stock up the place with oxygen. So we won't have to worry about, where's my thought train going? We won't have to install an oxygen tank on the side, and that reduces the size of the rocket. We can install better things. And the thing is, everything we add to the rocket's height is actually going to slow it down, so that'll be an extra day in space that they have to spend. Yeah, it'd just be easy. It's just easier if you can take shortcuts like that. I mean, heck, we don't have any room for any other buildings, do we? Unfortunate, but oh well. We need to heat this ice up, it's not working. Or maybe we just need to bite the bullet and drop off a bottle emptier on here. Dash's salt vines are going to be an absolute pain to try and grow the genetically modified variant of, because they need chlorine, but they're going to consume chlorine as long as they run. So here's a fun thing. You can crush salt into table salt. They stick it down on these little mess tables. Ooh, yes. I can see why we're having trouble here. It really... Oh! Okay, we can get back to analyzing this again. Let's make the base even worse. Why not? Not like Ellie could get any more stressed out. No, that's a total lie. Of course she can. Really gonna have to do some off-screen build designs. Yep, going to need this extra route of oxygen. And honestly, I think it might be safe for us to allow access into this steam vent. Even though it's going to start letting a huge amount of heat out into the rest of the world. I feel like it's far enough from the base that we should be okay. Hopefully. I definitely know that this little pocket here is probably going to have a dedicated steam turbine for cooling down this steam. Oh, new duplicate skills? Ashkin. Right, put you on Masterworks, change your priorities, you can now do the art. Granted, we no longer need to do art, but it's still nice to be useful. We have a tropical fry and a gulpfish in the same pit. What is this place? Well, at least the pond is cool enough that we don't have to worry about his state of well-being. I feel like we do actually have enough elbow room over here that we could to change it. The downside is that these Paku will need to find somewhere else to live. I'm not sure I'd feel safe about having them live in an actual steam geyser. I also wouldn't feel safe about having them live in a refrigerator. This area is already being overcrowded when they lay eggs, so I think the best place to drop them off would actually be over here. Hassan has a skill point. It is going to go into something important, I'm sure. I guess get those science points. Oh, right, Ellie's going to be quite upset sooner or later. Once you come off break, I guess. We have our valve miniaturization. Mini liquid pump, mini gas pump. These aren't particularly good. They have a fixed overheat temperature which is quite low. The advantage is that they don't take up much room. The disadvantage is we don't have enough plastic over here because we used it up on a critter trap. We have all these oxidizers, these oxygen diffusers all over the place that just won't work anymore because we have no need or inclination to go after the algae again. On the upside, this is at least filled. We maybe shouldn't have set it to have such demands for copper though. Hopefully Camille will have a good time over there. Oh, time up for the episode. So, until next time guys, take care. We'll see you all around. We're almost done, Ellie. Just a bit longer. We might end up choking the entire facility though, but... You know what we should have done? We should have set up a liquid lock. It would have meant more back and forth for Ellie, but it also would have kept us from overloading the base with carbon dioxide. And there we go. Anyhow, episode end.